Pluribus, episode 3, season 1, Grenade. Kid named Bruno Mars.
Grenade.
What'd you think of this episode, Tenney?
It's weird because I loved it quite a lot, and I think that it actually might be the best episode of the series so far, which is 3 episodes, so not a lot to go on there. But like, I think it depends on what you're looking for in this story, like in terms of like the quality of like what you dictate to be like the best episode. Because that episode 3, spoilers, like just right out the gate, we're on episode 3. We're obviously gonna like go through it and talk about it.
Spoilers.
Episode 3 is like a complete character-driven drama episode. It's very, in my opinion, like psychological, kind of just like in the head of Carol. And it's like, that's about it. It's like, if you're not a fan of like the solo stuff after like the apocalypse stuff from the first episode, a lot of people I saw on IMDb were checking out. But I just think, to me, I'm going to get heat for this. I think that's people that don't understand how to write good television or what good television is. Yeah. In my opinion. And I'm not saying that your opinions are wrong or anything like that. I just think that it's like, it's obviously subjective to a degree. But I personally like when a show can slow down and kind of like live in the moment with a character rather than just be like apocalyptic. I actually have a perfect example of it's a little bit, can we spoil a random episode of The Walking Dead?
Sure. Which one?
Okay, so
say the episode first. So if someone's like,
I don't remember what season it is. So before season 6, if you've not watched up to season 6 of The Walking Dead, tune out for like 30 seconds to a minute.
Bonk? Are you talking about Bonk?
No, that's 7. Well, technically 6. I'm talking about the Tyrese episode when he goes. Oh,
season 5. Yeah, because season 5, like episode like 8 or whatever.
That's a very, very character-focused episode. Like, yeah, there's zombies in it, and yeah, the other people are in it a little bit, but it's very much. Yeah, what happens is what's going on. It's a very one character focused episode. You knew that? Yeah, dude, that's one of my favorite episodes because it's not like obviously like the pilot of The Walking Dead is like goated. It's like one of the best episodes of TV of all time. Blah 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 blah. But like that episode to me, the Tyrese episode, what happened to what's going on, is like it's obviously not, they don't kill Carol off in this. Well, almost kill Carol off in this episode, but it's very much just like a one-person show, like in this episode, which is good because I think it gives us time to actually get to know the character, and just to like let Ray Seahorn just kind of go ham at like being like mentally unstable and miserable and just awful like in her life, and not the actor, obviously the character in Carol's life.
Yeah. I was one episode off. It's season 5, episode 9.
Damn, you were close though.
Yeah, I was close. I was a complete guess. Yeah, I love the episode too.
It's just like, I like when a show can pivot, and it's every show cannot pull this off. I know there's shows that butcher this completely, between like big like ensemble casts, like everything is like insane and epic and over the top and blah blah, and then like the next episode is like a single character drama that's just like a beautiful art piece. Like, I think Vince Gilligan has always done that. I think if people are surprised by this, and by this like the 3rd show he's directed and written, then I'm not like that sympathetic, because it's just like,
true. Yeah,
it would be like me getting pissed at a Michael Bay movie for having explosions. It's just like,
yeah,
you get what you pay for kind of vibe. Like, you know what you're getting into. And I think the first 2 episodes of Pluribus as well, in a way, were also kind of like, it was fast but also cinematically slow. I don't know how to describe it properly, but it's very much a style thing. And I think that you can disagree with the style, that's completely fine, but I think that people are like, I saw people like lambasting episode 3. They're like, this is the worst episode of television I've ever seen, and I'm just like, we've watched Food Fight. Like, we've watched Jack and Jill. We watched Ghostbusters 20. I know there's movies, but like, we've watched like
season 10
majority
of The
Walking Dead. Yeah, exactly. Like, I've seen way worse. I've seen way worse from like multi-billion-dollar studios putting out stuff, and it's just like hot garbage. Like, this is, in my opinion, I guess we can get to ranking like what you think the episode should be like out of 10. Like what do you
Yeah.
let Josh, what do you think this episode should be?
Well, okay, first I'll say I'm
Or
pretty
is.
much entirely in agreement with you, which I know that's
sorry, I
not
kind
gonna
of
make
just
for a
like
very
vomited.
yeah, I know. I mean, you basically said exactly what I was thinking. Like, you know, I know it's not the most exciting thing when it's just you and I completely agreeing. But I will say that I love how episodes 1, 2, and 3 are all completely different. They're all different.
Yeah, they feel like different shows, but in a good way.
Yeah,
Like,
episode
Yeah,
1
continue.
was like the really action focused like apocalypse zombie one.
Yep.
And then season 2 was like the satirical like super
Season 2.
I keep saying that. Episode 2 is like very satire, dark humor,
Yeah.
like not meta commentary, but like just like, you know, fighting for the soul of humanity. And then season 3 to me so far has been the most Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul coded. It was very closer to Breaking Bad, which obviously, you know, I'm gonna like. That's Josh Catnip right there. But because I literally said last video, like, the one thing I felt lacking was Carol's the focus on her character. And it's like Vince Gilligan knew that I said that, and he was like, well, fuck you, Josh. I'm going to make episode 3, like, all of that. So this was a much more focused episode. Not to say that the first 2 were unfocused, because that sounds like a bad thing. But this episode was much more like one steady plot. And we open with a beautiful flashback that I talked about last episode.
Yeah.
So he literally, Vince Gilligan, you're one of the, like, 10 viewers on the last video. But no,
Vince
I liked
just
it.
Like, I knew someone
lot.
liked this episode.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised it's the lowest ranked out of the 3. IMDb's like that of just like if it's not like super entertaining, they're not gonna like it. And then Letterboxd is almost the opposite. Letterboxd tends to be like, well, if it's not really artsy.
It's like a douchey in between for both platforms that I wish everyone just kind of like agree on and just like. Merge
So go to IMDb if you want to be like entertained and wowed.
Yeah.
Go to Letterboxd if you want like a truly like masterclass studied film, and then like the ones that like both have high ratings or both like blend both together.
Yep.
But anyways, yeah, I would say this is probably my favorite episode so far.
Yeah. I think
even better though there were some scenes in the last one, episode 2, that I thought were better, just like stood among the pack. But as a whole, the
plane scene and the dinner scene.
Yes, as a whole, start to finish, this episode was my favorite. It felt a lot more like Breaking Bad. It had a great climax. So for rating, let's see, what did I give the pilot? I gave the pilot like an 8.3. And then last episode,
we're around 8. I think I give it an 8 out of 10 for the pilot. I think
last episode was like an 8.5. I think. I'm still not ready for the 9, but I'm at like an 8.8 out of 10.
I think
it's almost at the 9. I can feel the 9 getting there.
I think I'm gonna give it a 9. I think I am.
Okay.
This episode like did really good in just like showing us the character like of Carol, but it also showed like the extent to which like the not aliens are willing to go to like appease her. And I saw a lot of criticism about this online of like, oh, she asked, spoiler alert, obviously, she asked for a grenade,
we're already
brought her
into
one.
spoilers, so
Exactly.
If you're still
I feel bad in
listening,
case somebody like clicks.
don't. Yeah.
This is your own fault.
By this point, you know, we've done all we can.
So yeah, the one of the creature people, the characters, brings Carol a grenade, and it's just like, cause when Josh and I were watching this, I just predicted it like straight out the gate. I was like, they don't understand that this is sarcasm. They're gonna bring her the grenade, which is fine. That it's predictable. I don't think there's a problem with that. What I found in kind of absurd, like not in terms of the show, but people like criticizing. But this is just an opinion. I thought people were a little bit too much of like, oh, she should know better. She should know better. And it's just like, humanity like ended like what, 2 days ago or some shit?
I think it was
like
3 days ago. Yeah.
3 days ago. She's like been blitzed like at like two
She's
of the
also
days, like on
drinking, swallowing, washing down pills with like vodka.
pills. Yep.
Or maybe it was
And
tequila.
we've already known that she's like completely minus one scene from in my recollection. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Where she's actually accepted help from the creatures, where they bring her the excavator for Helen's grave. But that was more so just like kind of spontaneous. Like she didn't really ask for it. She was just talking about like digging, and then they just brought her one. It's not like she was like, I need an excavator. Like it's not a goddamn genie. I mean, it is, but like she doesn't treat it as like literally just bring me a grenade, and then
I also think we don't know much about Carol yet, but I think it's like she's not a Walter White. I'm not trying to say she's dumb, but like she's not quite that level of like I don't know. I'm trying to say
her
that
character
in a way.
really writes smutty fiction.
Yeah,
so, like,
it's not like she's.
I'm not
like
saying people
this...
that write smutty fiction are like dumb. Not at all. I'm just saying that I think that like she's not gonna be like super intuitive about like what aliens are doing. Like, nor do I think anybody else would be. Like, if aliens just invaded your planet today, and like they just started being like super nice and like, oh, we'll give you a milkshake. What makes you think that they're just gonna bring you like an atom bomb, like they said they would do later in the show? It's
so you guessed the grenade thing, and then I said it like the scene where she was talking to the guy. Yeah, I was like, she's gonna ask for a tank, and she was like, a tank. So it was funny. Yeah, but I don't think like she's definitely more of like a every man, every woman character compared to like a Walter White or even Saul, even though Saul was kind of every man. But like she's definitely not like coming up with like schemes and plots and like. I could see, and again,
which I think is actually
like
really
drinking.
Good that they're separating, because that, to me, clear, defined, like chops up Kim versus Carol from Better Call Saul.
Yeah. She's not like
she's
Kim.
A different person.
Yeah,
which I think is cool, but like, continue.
And I mean, we're talking about this episode like it's like a fucking. Tarkovsky's Stalker, like it's not that slow. It literally ends with like a grenade going off. So like
and then they're like in the hospital, and then she like asks for like tons of weapons and shit, and then it's just like, and then there's like a montage. We're gonna talk about this for a second because I thought it was funny as hell. There's a montage where she wants her like local supermarket called Sprouts. I think was it a vegan store?
No, that is a real chain. I've seen very little. I don't know if it's like new or only in certain areas, but like I've just seen videos of people comparing Whole Foods to Sprouts. So it's like a Whole Foods alternative. So it is real. So
there's like a whole scene where, So she has like all the creature people. I don't even know what to call them. The Pluribus.
I was gonna say the same thing, but I thought it was too stupid, so I didn't say it out loud.
I'm glad I'll be the one to be stupid for the both of us. She had them like just return all the stuff there. There's like montage of like 12 like semi trucks full of like groceries, and like all these people are like rounding up all the things. And then I swear to God, like Clifford Maine from Better Call Saul walks past the camera, and Josh and I both we're like, is that Clifford Maine? Online, it doesn't say that. Like online said it was her second, but then they said it wasn't. So
I assume you just like typed into Google and got like the AI thing, right?
I think it was either a Reddit post or the AI. I can't remember which. Okay. There was multiple fucking things.
I went to the IMDb cast and he wasn't there, but I feel like casting. Yeah, but like IMDb
could be really uncredited though.
It's really it's IMDb's really slow with that shit. So, it's one, but.
Well, regardless if he was in there or not, regardless if he was in there or not, it made us fucking like laugh, and we both were like, "Oh, it's Ed Begley Jr. It's fucking Clifford Maine." I was like excited. I was like,
"It was cool."
But that also, I feel like, brings up a good question that I feel like we should mention. But you go first.
I was just gonna mention how good the fucking music was in that scene.
That was incredible, dude.
I think it was original song. It was like really. It was very Dave Brubeck sounding. But like with a modern twist to it, and I loved it. Big fan.
It gave me huge Better Call Saul montage vibes, and I was just like, peak. Yeah. Peak. Speaking of Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad, I know that it's going to be like a point of contention among some people probably, where we're like constantly going to be comparing. It's hard not to when it's the same director and
actress,
but like, and actress. That's like really hard to not compare. But Josh and I were talking before, this, and I guess we'll bring it up now. What do you think about like them bringing back old alumni from previous?
Oh yeah,
episodes?
we didn't mention that. I think you nailed it when we were talking off camera about
yeah. So don't want to just say what I
yeah
said.
yeah say exactly what you said, because I
oh fuck, exactly what I said. Basically, what I said was, as a fan of Vince Gilligan and all these shows, I think it'd be really cool to see these other like actresses coming back, in obviously different roles. It'd be like really cool to see them again. However, as a not fan, as like an objective like TV watcher or whatever, as goofy as that may sound, it would be kind of distracting that I'd be like, oh, why Nacho's talking to Kim right now?
Yeah.
Or like, or it's fucking, it's Jesse Pinkman. He's just like Uber Eatsing Carol food or something. It'd be like
exactly
a little bit kind of on the nose a little bit. I'm not against it completely if they do it right, but
yeah,
there's a way to do it wrong.
exactly. Sorry, I'm just trying to find if that's a original song or not. There are 4 songs in the episode.
What kind of music even was that? I'm
jazz.
I'm musically challenged. Was it jazz?
Yeah. Jazz fusion kind of.
It was pretty dope. Jazz fusion.
Yeah. It's like more, I don't want to say just more modern jazz, but yeah.
Yeah, it was
Mario Kart core.
Yep.
Basically.
Mario Kart core.
Yeah, basically it was.
Now I'm just fucking imagining the Breaking Bad video of them playing Mario Kart where they're like all driving past each other in like Mario Kart. Have you seen that video?
Yes. Oh yeah. With Jesse go-karting.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm honestly I think I'm leaning towards a 9 for this episode.
Yeah, that's
even though it was an episode where it's weird to say that almost nothing happened because a grenade literally went off, but I think a lot happened in terms of like conveying information between the audience and the writers and the like directors and stuff. I think there's like a big like Carol is like miserable. I also think there's like a lot of subtle not so subtle commentary about like people with like depression in real life, and like
I was gonna
people that are like more like mentally like on the up and up. Like we're basically people, from what I interpreted, it was like the perspective of Carol being like super depressed and seeing all these like pluribi creatures like basically like, hello Carol, like like basically like on fucking happy pills or whatever.
But from from their perspective, she said like
that's how
it's like you see someone drowning and you don't think about it, you just throw them a life preserver. So it's like a happy person sees a depressed person, it's just like I want to help, please. You know what I mean? And then a depressed person sees happy people and they literally feel like aliens. It's like, why are these people happy all the time? They don't actually understand what's going on. Stuff like that. So that, I don't know if that was even Vince's intention, but I thought that was a really cool almost metaphor.
It's like meta commentary almost.
Yeah, because the last episode felt like he was kind of riffing on AI, even though I think you said you saw something that he wrote this before that.
That's what I think. I think I saw that in an article, or maybe like some article linked from Twitter or some shit. But it's the internet, so like who even knows?
I mean, we've been writing movies about AI beings for a long time, so this is like H.G. Wells. True. You know what I mean? So it's like wouldn't be the first, but I think it did it in a good way too, where it's like, you know what I mean, this thing is not a human, even though it acts entirely like a human, and like even though it's like the nicest thing in the world, like you don't want it in your head, you just get it away from here. So there's like kind of two different ways to view it. Yeah,
like I mean the end goal of them is basically to like
turn her,
essentially sterilize her, for lack of a better term.
They just haven't figured it out
just like
yet.
Make her one of them, which they've just directly said to her like since episode 1, I think, or maybe 2. I think that's probably
They're very
biggest,
open. They're very honest.
Yeah, that's like probably one of my biggest pros and cons about like what I think so far. It's because I feel I guess it is a good commentary for people with depression where she just doesn't really care, or like if she does care, it's like very much like on the back burner of caring, like compared to everything else. But like It seems like Carol will be a little bit more aggressive and just like, don't fucking like take me over or whatever. Because they're basically supposed to be like a biological like imperative thing of like they just have to do it.
Yeah.
But like that also begs the question of the people that are infected, are they alive at all or are they just dead? Because one could argue if those people are dead, like if they've already been infected, that Carol causing like their mental Neuralink thing to like kill a bunch of them could be seen as a really good thing for humanity if these like.
Well, I think the other 6
are the
people,
last people on Earth.
You know what I mean? I think the other people that aren't turned would. I think that's kind of the core question of episode 2.
It's like a trolley problem. Would you rather kill billions of people to save 6, or would you rather have those 6 remaining human beings be fucking like sterilized?
Yeah. Well, I think that's like kind of the core issue of episode 2 is like for Carol, it's obvious like get rid of all these, but then she kind of sees the other people.
Yeah.
And it's kind of so she's kind of between a rock and a hard place.
Do you think we'll see a point where it gets to super dark territory where she just stops like, I mean, she already doesn't kind of give a fuck, but do you think she'll get to a point where she's just going to be like, nope, I'm just fucking going to get him, like kill him?
Yeah.
I think
it's Vince Gilligan. It's going to get darker than it starts.
It'll be the case of like I think she'll snap and then she'll like get like there'll probably be like some kind of horrifying reveal about it, like very Saul or Breaking Bad of just like I don't know, that she just like killed a child or something crazy.
Yes, that would be crazy. Can we talk about the cinematography in this episode real quick and how fucking amazing it is?
Sound like douchebags, bro.
I know,
but it's so true. The cinematography is incredible.
Yeah, there's two shots. One where she's literally watching Golden Girls.
Yep.
Which is like hilarious. And she's just on the couch eating like a TV dinner, and it's just like panning like that, but you see like a DVD disc like backwards, so the reflective side, and it's pointing at the TV, so you can see Golden Girls on the disc, which bravo Vince.
I was almost like upset how good it was.
It's like if I just took out my guitar right now and just started playing like just this crazy shredding thing, just like but like for no reason.
It's like, we get it, Vince. Like, you're the talented kid in the class, and I'm the fucking kid snorting, like, glue and, like, fucking milk out my ass or whatever. But, like, goddamn. Like, I think, visually, like, cinematography-wise, I think this is the most impressive. Even you could probably argue that for episode 1, because there's, like, a lot of, like, crazy end-of-the-world stuff going on and really good shots. But I think this one had, overall, the more, like, impactful, like whoa.
Do they mean anything?
In my opinion.
No. But they're awesome.
Yeah, who knows?
They're fucking sick.
Yeah,
and the other one was like a sideways angle.
Yeah, it's and vertical cam, but like horizontal not horizontal.
You saw a guy walking, and then you see his reflection in the ground, or the not the ground. Well, I guess the ground, the floor. Yeah. And it was just like super clean, so it was like super reflective. So you literally saw him like walking on both sides, and Tenney sits down and they talk about like atom bombs. Which is funny. Good episode.
I think honestly, it was a great episode. I think honestly, the weakest part of the episode was how short it was.
Yeah, it was very
short.
That
might sound like a really stupid
maybe that's why we liked it so much. Got in, got out.
That's true. It didn't overstay its welcome, but I also could make the argument that it could be kind of in the con territory because we're dealing with what, like 9 episode seasons or 9 episode
around there.
So like, I don't know. I hope that this show gets like 1 season per year, and we're not doing like a Netflix thing where like, as much as I love Stranger Things, I don't want to wait 3 years for season 2 of Pluribus because like this seems like a show where it needs to like do its thing, go boom, 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 and then just like Vince moves on to the next thing. And not like I don't want Pluribus to end at all, but like
I think he said 4 seasons.
I don't want to.
I think that's the perfect.
He said he wrote or has plans for writing about 4 seasons, and
that makes sense to me. I feel like he couldn't go as long as Breaking Bad or Saul. I feel like it's just not.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he'll prove me wrong. I'm sure, but
the plot, like in my opinion, I could be wrong also. So grain of salt, massive grain. This type of show where Carol is like seemingly the only like character at this point, other than like the other individuals on the planet that they're kind of referencing, which we'll probably see more of them. Like they're there for a reason. They're not just gonna like mention them and just never show. I mean, they could, but I doubt because of writing.
I think that's a good point, though. I think that's the biggest thing is like Better Call Saul. You could have Better Call Saul. You could do deep dives into Nacho, into Mike. Like this is literally just like they're not gonna do like. You can't deep dive on the aliens that much unless you go like just what they were in the past.
Because
the other characters which we already met, like a bunch of them, and they like kind of already did their thing and disappeared. So it's just tough because Kim is really the only character. Not Kim, Carol.
Yeah, that's probably my biggest con of the show, and it's not bad.
It's not. I don't think it's a con. Like, I just think that it needs.
It could be a con.
It's a con if it goes on for like 8 seasons. Or even 5. I think I could see 3 or 4 seasons of material here, unless there's a big change like halfway through.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad thing. Not everything has to be 10 seasons long. Look at The Walking Dead.
And all the 18 spinoffs at this point, where it's just like Daryl and Maggie go to DC.
Exactly. Even though I don't think the reason that show. I don't think the reason that show became bad was because it kept going. I think it could have kept going and still be good. It just became awful.
For the record, I'm of popular belief that a show could last 100 seasons and still be a masterpiece. It's literally the writing, the acting, the directing, and what like the story holds. Yeah. The Walking Dead the actors are wonderful. The writers or whoever, the showrunners, just gave up after like season 7.
Well, they kept revolving door and
they're just like, but like, what if the zombies evolved? And then they're just like, okay,
what if after 3 years of the apocalypse, people started talking like cavemen,
and ran
and there was a CGI deer.
The CGI.
Oh, we gotta do like
that was bad.
We gotta do like a Walking Dead deep dive one of these days.
Anyways, that'd be sick.
Anything else you want to say in the episode itself, or do you want to get to predictions? I feel like it's not that like, even though this is our favorite episode, there's less to talk about. It's pretty. That's what happened.
It's weird because it's so contained and so like on its own that like. I wonder if this could be the case. I don't want it to be, but could this be the case where in future watches that people would be like, oh, episode 3 really has nothing happening in it plot-wise, like let's just skip to episode 4 right away?
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
I don't know.
I think this one, because remember I said that episode 1, it felt like it should have been a movie, and then episode 2 was like, no, it should be a show. I mean, this episode 3 was the most, this is a TV show. This felt like...
Yeah, it earned its right to be a show.
Yes, this is like there is a before story that you needed to know before you got here, and there's an after story that's going to happen after. This by itself is almost nothing. Like, if you just walked in on this episode, you would be so confused, and it wouldn't make any sense.
Yep.
And you wouldn't be able to get into it. But this episode for me was like... Maybe it's because it just feels more like Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, so it feels more familiar to the TV shows that I like. But this felt like, no, this can't be a movie. This is a show that needs to evolve. So I think that was cool.
I agree.
All right, want to get some predictions?
Should we get into predictions? Yeah. Let's do it. Wait, who wants to go first? Do you?
You can go first.
Somehow Palpatine will return. No, predictions for episode 4 and beyond.
It's so hard because the show's obviously not going to do what we expect. So, like, there's no way our predictions of last episode would be like, I think a grenade is going to go off.
Yeah, exactly. Last episode, I was just like, I think Carol will get, like...
Could have just checked the title.
Friendly with some of the other characters. And this episode's just like, she has a grenade! It's just like, okay. I think that, honestly, I feel like the story we're going to see play out more as the season goes on, or seasons. I think it's going to be a really destructive dynamic between Carol and the aliens, and I think that there's going to be another mass extinction. I think there's probably multiple, if I'm being honest, I think that she's just gonna snap, eventually. But it's hard to judge whether or not she's like on a path to that yet.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what the show's going for.
Do you think Pirate Lady's dead?
No, they said she was alive.
Oh, okay.
They said she had like superficial damage or like some nerve damage or something, or maybe no nerve. I don't remember.
I guess I'm just I think she's alive. I totally missed that.
No, okay. The guy mentioned it to her. The tank guy, where it's just like, oh
tank guy.
You want a tank, bro?
So we got Pirate Lady and Tank Guy. I already love it. I hope they call him Tank Guy. That's so sick.
That'd be incredible. But yeah, I just think that we're gonna see more of a breakdown of just like depressed Carol versus like super happy alien people, and I think that I also think that this could be a meta narrative commentary about people that are more like miserable, not necessarily depressed. I mean, they could be, where like their attitude like brings down the entirety of the happy people, like how they're like meta connected to everything. Like if somebody's just like in a
true,
like in a bad mood, like they're just gonna like bring down the vibes of everyone. I wonder if it's gonna be, like literally commentary of like that.
That literally is in whether Vince Gilligan likes it or not. Which the thing I love about Vince Gilligan, he says all the time when people ask him about Breaking Bad, what does this mean? People say, I think Breaking Bad about this. He says, as soon as I finish it and it's out there, it's not mine anymore. It's not in my hands. I don't get to decide what it means. So you can decide whatever you want, because like a lot of people have their own theories about Breaking Bad, and he's like, yeah, if that's what you believe, because like, you know, obviously there's the whole, you know, discourse over like the Walt, like is it okay to like Walt or whatever, which is stupid. And he's like, yeah, he literally said like, yeah, like I don't like Walt. Like he revealed himself to me as I was writing him that he was a villain the whole time. But he literally says like, my wife Holly, who he named the baby after, the whole show is on Walt's side. And I assume if you're watching this, you know what happens in Breaking Bad, but just spoilers for season 2 of Breaking Bad. He talks about Jane dying, which is like the first like immediate, like everybody's like, okay, Walt should not have done that, which yes, he should not have done that. That to me is like, I mean, there's even shit before that he clearly should not have done. But like that's the big one of like no turning back Walt moment of like, okay, that's just a horrible thing. But like Vince Gilligan was like, yeah, my wife saw it as like he was trying to protect Jesse because, you know, if Jane was alive, Jesse would have died from heroin. And like Vince Gilligan is just like, that's, you know, whatever you can I'm not going to tell you what to think of it. And I think that's the perfect way, because I hate like fucking like Rian Johnson Last Jedi of like, no, yeah, this is what it means, you piece of shit. And if you agree, you're an idiot.
What is narrative like interpretation anymore?
I like
can't guess. You can't say.
Like obviously like what the creator intended is extremely important. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like if you want to watch Breaking Bad and you're like, I think it's a commentary about, you know, how like fucking, I don't know, Albuquerque is a cool place to hang out. Like
it would be like me like being like, oh yes, the first season of Pluribus is clearly a metaphor for Amelia Earhart, whose plane went down and she was like on a remote island, and like all of the birds around her were super happy, but she was miserable because she was alone. And it's just like, people are entitled to their like weird theories, and I think that's great.
And Vince Gilligan isn't going to tell you that that's wrong. He's going to be like, sure,
exactly.
Like,
if you found Amelia Earhart in season 1 of Pluribus, like, bravo, Vince.
But like, I think the thing that you mentioned of like of negative people bringing everyone else down, that's like literally in there. Like she literally like has a negative reaction, and then a bunch of people die. So I don't know if that's explicitly what he was trying to say, but that is in there. So interesting.
I think it'll be in my opinion, the interpretation's like, it's like symbiotic. Like it goes both ways. Yeah. Like the negative people can bring down the happy people, and the happy people can like bring out the worst in negative people. Yeah. In my opinion, from what I've seen.
Like you with me.
Which one's the depressed one?
Okay, predictions.
Yeah, I think that.
Um, well, so I think. Well,
Yeah.
unless you got more.
Continue, yes.
That was supposed to be just a dumb
No,
joke.
not
But I
really.
didn't want to answer your question. But let's see. I think we're gonna get a lot more flashbacks. It's clear that
Yeah, I hope so.
Helen is gonna return a lot. I think the guy from
Oh.
Paraguay. What?
Do you want me to say my thing? I just had like a revelation
for it,
in the
go
middle
for
of
it.
this. What the hell was in the package?
Oh, I think we're just dumb and didn't like pick up on it. I think it was like a muscle massager or something.
Was
I don't
it? I don't. I actually don't. We just watched this 20 minutes ago, and I don't remember.
I remember
so you guys
watching
know
it
if I was
being
thinking
like
about
I missed what that was. But she said it was like
Yeah.
something that they saw at an airport to help you relax. It looked like a capo to me, but I know it wasn't because that would make sense. Do you want to look it up while I give my predictions?
Yes, yeah. Continue
Okay.
with your predictions. I kind of just took over.
No, that's all right. That's all right. So I think Helen's gonna show up more, obviously in flashbacks. We might even get like a direct sequel flashback to the Norwegian ice hotel, which I would love to stay at that place.
Yes.
Also interesting dichotomy of Carol is more like, can we just go to a nice hotel for once? And Helen is like, no, I want new experience. I want Norwegian ice hotel. And Carol is like, nah, the fucking hotel, regular hotel. So that's interesting. So I think we'll get more of that. She's gonna drink a lot more booze, which there's one common thing with each episode is her drinking alcohol is involved. I'm curious,
Which is quite depressing because it's gonna lead to a point where it's gonna be like fucked. Probably.
I don't know what kind of pills she's taking, but that could be bad.
I think it showed it for a split second, but I didn't catch it.
I don't think she's gonna get a tank, but that would be sick. What else? I think the guy from Paraguay is gonna become important. I think because
I hope so.
they had that whole scene on the call, and Carol clearly like knew he was important, and he didn't want to say anything, and he's the one they knew the least about. He's the one who they didn't discover was not infected until after. So I think he's gonna be important.
And they also said that he was completely just like, he wants nothing to do with like the creatures. He was just like, no.
So he probably wants something to do with Carol either, and Carol's gonna have to like really work towards getting a meeting with him. Yeah. So I think that's gonna come into
by
play.
the end of the season, the show, they end up together.
I don't think so.
Probably not, but I just want to have that out there for like 4 years in advance.
Okay, I was picturing like some old dude from Paraguay. She's also a lesbian, so.
Well, we know that she likes women. She could be bi.
True.
Or pan or whatever else,
But that wouldn't make sense because she made the book and was like, oh man, I hate that I had to make it a man. Like when I wrote the book about you.
Bro, I don't know, bro. I'm just trying to make predictions here, and you're over here raining on my parade. I don't. This relationship's turning toxic.
I predict that you gotta watch this / Josh and Tenney will make it to episode 4, and then we'll have our.
Wait, you
epic
think
fight.
that? We're gonna like break up after the next episode.
Yeah, we're gonna have a big fight. We're gonna episode 4.
What
is
if
gonna
the
be very
next episode
polarizing.
just starts up like 4 years in the future and they're just like married? Would you shit yourself?
It's
just like there's like no context. They're just like
yet, who could be Michael
yeah,
Pena? We don't
like
know.
just randomly just like this is what happens now.
Yeah, so I think he's gonna become important. Yeah. Other than that, I don't know. She's gonna get a bazooka, which is cool.
Yeah, it was a Theragun massager.
Do you think she's gonna become like more friendly towards the AI aliens over time, or always be hostile?
You know what? There's a moment of that in the 3rd episode, and I almost feel like it's kind of Stockholm syndrome-y.
Yeah.
Where she accidentally hurts. Well.
Yes.
Yeah. Carol does hurt him because the grenade thing. And she feels bad about it and is like actually worried about them. Yeah. So we obviously know that Carol like feels something for things that aren't even human, which is like a normal human thing. I feel like to be like I just fucking killed somebody or almost did. Um, a dark, it would be super dark, but I could see a thing where she gets psychologically manipulated into like being more on their side as it goes on.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, how would you counteract that with the opposite when she's like the only main character at the second, other than Pirate Lady? Who's
I'm very curious to see how this is all going to turn out.
Yeah, me too. It's the biggest con is that this is on Apple TV.
Yeah, fuck Apple TV, dude.
Yeah, it's just like, bro.
I love their selection of 6 movies.
I know. It's just like, I wish that they almost would. I don't even know. Are they on Amazon Prime? Can we just buy them that way when they come out?
I don't know. I think it's an Apple TV original, so I don't think it's going anywhere, which kind of sucks.
Let's see. Amazon Prime Pluribus.
Yeah, don't buy Apple TV, please.
It's just.
Which is really unfortunate because I wish I could say like the show is so good that like. But I agree. I wish I could. Too. I feel like no show, like Breaking Bad, wouldn't be like, oh, get Apple TV.
So Amazon has the first episode for free for some reason, and then the rest get to just go to Apple TV. So if you have Prime, go watch the first episode for free if you don't want to buy Apple TV.
Yeah, and see from there.
But I still don't think, and this is nothing against the show, like we said last episode, 2 episodes ago. I still don't think there's like a specific reason to just be like, I need Apple TV for just Pluribus. Yeah. I'd wait for the entire show to be finished, do your week free trial, then binge it.
Mm-hmm.
Not anything against Vince Gilligan or the actors and like the beautiful people involved. It just, Apple TV is just like, no.
Yeah.
For me at least.
I agree.
Feel free to disagree.
Good shout for them though. I'll give them praise where it counts that they are funding Vince Gilligan's crazy.
Yes.
Shit that's going on.
I agree.
So that's good.
Not a lot of studios would be like, so we're gonna have like one main character and then the rest are like basically robot aliens, but not robots, but just like aliens that are just like not just like one character. So it's like,
well, have you heard like the story of him pitching Breaking Bad to studios?
He got turned down a shit ton, right?
He got turned down by everybody but AMC. And he said his meeting with HBO, he says,
oh yeah, they said it was too violent or some shit, right?
He said the woman that I was pitching the idea to couldn't care less about what I was pitching, the show I was pitching. So far, and like a step beyond that, she didn't care whether I lived or died or something like crazy like that.
Oh no, I'm thinking of the pitching thing for The Walking Dead, because HBO, HBO Max, or not Max at this point, but like back when Walking Dead was like coming out or being produced, they pitched it to I think it was HBO, and they basically were like, no, it's too violent, we don't want it.
Which is crazy because HBO has like, Game of Thrones and The Sopranos.
Yeah,
Sopranos is super violent. Game of Thrones is incredibly violent. So I don't know. Yeah.
They fucking have softcore pornography in those shows. It's just like, HBO's clearly like an adult like thing. So I found that funny, in my opinion.
Yeah, but also, and then AMC, once they got Breaking Bad, they wanted John Cusack to be Walter White and Matthew Broderick.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's true.
Thank God AMC didn't have any power, or not AMC. Thank God.
That was AMC. After they accepted.
Oh, was
it. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So even when he got the studio to sign off, they were still trying to fuck with it. I mean, who knows? Maybe, because that's the thing. It's like when Bryan Cranston was announced, everyone was like, "Really, that guy from Malcolm in the Middle?" And he did a great job. So who knows? Maybe Matthew Broderick would have killed it, or John Cusack.
I feel like that's like a really good shout though for a lot of these like more adulty shows and movies where it's just like a comedian actor playing a super serious role. Like, you haven't seen Quiet Place yet, but like John Krasinski in that, I think, does a fantastic job like directing and like starring. Like, I don't know, and Jordan Peele obviously directing Us, Get Out.
Nope.
Nope. Nope. And the fourth one that I can't think of off the top of my head. Anyways, point is like, I like TV shows and movies because they subvert my expectations, and not in a Ryan Johnson way. Like,
oh my god.
I mean, they do that, but that's not why I like them.
Kid named Ryan. Kid named Knives Out. Anyways,
I actually want. I do want to watch Knives Out at some point.
I saw the trailer for the third one. It looked pretty interesting.
There's a third one. Good lord.
Yeah, it's coming out. It's coming out this year, I believe. I saw it when I was the trailer for it when I was seeing Frankenstein. Anyways,
something crazy.
Yes.
I don't think that I really hold a grudge against anybody that's touched Star Wars at this point, because that IP is just like, as much as I love the idea, is just so like foreign and dead to me at this point that I'm just like, just bring it all on. I just like don't care.
I just have beef with Ryan Johnson when he was like going at people on Twitter, like calling them man babies.
That was stupid.
Like that to me is like, that's like the number one sin for me is like going after fans. Like that's why to me, like Vince Gilligan being like, yeah, man, whatever you want it to be,
exactly.
It can be, you know. And then Ryan Johnson is like, I hate you.
Yeah, so. I think it's just I don't know. Criticism, a human moment. Criticism can suck. It does, like, obviously, but you can't take it personally. You just gotta like get better at your crafts and shit, and just like full send it. Like,
you can take it personally, but
Breaking Bad. Yeah, exactly. As somebody that's taken stuff personally before, you shouldn't, because it's just like counterproductive for everybody involved. Even if the person is like being like a dick about it, it's just like, just do you, man. Just get better at writing.
Yep.
I don't know why we pivoted to this.
Yeah, I think that's all we got. So we like it.
Pluribus episode 3, 9 out of 10. I think.
So, and then I gave it 8.8. So in total, we probably averaged out at 8.9 out of 10.
Yeah, something around there. Yeah, I'm not a math guy. I'm a family guy.
See y'all next week.
Bye, guys.